Now that we've got your attention, let the games begin! Game cartridges assembling. Greetings. Game loading. Mind your fingers. Keep working, you rust buckets. Uh-oh. I thought I fixed this. You know, I could have been a doctor, I could have been a mechanic. First game up, Captain Bones.
Arr, ahoy, matey. Shiver me timbers. Yo ho ho. Look alive, ye lollygaggers. I'm the incredibly dead Captain Bones. I've been sailing the seven seas for an eternity, and I'll tell ya, I'm a bored stiff. The only thing that saves me from going stark raving mad is making up math puzzles using nothing but me own bones. Now watch closely, and just do as I say, or I'll surprise the life out of ye. Just watch me bones. Let me show you what I mean. If I were to pose you the question, what number is next after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? You'd best be telling me 8. If you didn't, then I'd throw you to the sharks. So here's another puzzle made from me bones. One of me own making. OTTFFSS. Can you tell me what letter comes next? Take a second to think it over. Or can't you concentrate that long without breaking for milk and cookies, you soft-shelled jellyfish? Yes. Remember, I love me math puzzles. So even though this don't look like one, you can bet your last doubloon that it is. 16 Don't make me spell it out, you yard-arm-hanging heathens. Here's another little hint. There are 2 ways to write a number. With numbers or with letters. Will it take me last dying breath for you to figure it out? Listen close. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. It's an E, you limp-minded, brine-swilling girl of a man. Do you see it now, you cross-eyed jackals? Each letter is the first letter of the numbers 1 through 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The next number is 8, which begins, as you better know, with an E. Now, leave me be, a diaper-wearing crybaby of a sailor's sister. I gotta gather up me bones.
Game time in 10 seconds. Next game up, mugshots.
My name's Verity. I bust bad guys. You want to help? Come on in. We got 4 suspects pinned down. 3 of them are guilty. Listen to their stories and spot the mistakes. The ones that lie did the crime. Today we're interviewing the felonious 4. Seems 3 of them robbed a toll booth yesterday. Remember, only one of these mugs is telling the truth. The other 3 are lying. First up, Lugnut Muldoon.
I didn't knock over no toll booth yesterday, Verity. I was taking singing lessons. Ever try singing the Star-Spangled Banner by that Betsy Ross? It ain't easy, I'm telling you.
What do you think? Did Betsy Ross write the Star-Spangled Banner? Or should Lugnut start singing the prison cell blues? Let's move on to Sam Bixby, a.k.a. Sammy Six Toes.
I'm strictly a juryman. You know that, Verity? What would I be doing hustling some toll booth? Besides, I wasn't even in state, okay? I was in Alaska snapping pictures of Mount Rushmore.
Is Mount Rushmore in Alaska? And how does that guy get past a metal detector? Next up, Scooter Hayes.
I remember yesterday like it was... Well, yesterday, I entered a dance contest with my honey, Sheila. We did the rumba, the twist, and the lambada. I would have won too if I hadn't hip-checked Sheila into the judges' table.
Ouch! Are those all dancers? Only one suspect left, Larry Coolidge, a.k.a. Larry the Lump.
I'm not gonna take the fall for those guys, Verity. During supper yesterday, I got some food stuck in my asparagus. You know, my food pipe. They had to rush me to the hospital.
I wonder, is the food pipe also known as the asparagus? Well, just like I figured, each criminal all but confessed. Did you spot the mistakes?
Ever try singing the Star-Spangled Banner by that Betsy Ross?
Muldoon's gonna feel right at home in Sing Sing. Betsy Ross didn't write our national anthem. It was Francis Scott Key.
I was in Alaska snapping pictures of Mount Rushmore.
Six Toes made a monumental error. Mount Rushmore's in South Dakota, not Alaska.
I got some food stuck in my asparagus. You know, my food pipe.
Lump's alibi is hard to swallow. Asparagus, in fact, is a vegetable, while the technical name for food pipe is really esophagus.
I entered a dance contest. We did the rumba, the twist, and the lambada.
That's some fancy footwork Scooter was doing. The rumba, twist, and lambada are all real dances. As for his buddies, they'll be doing a little number I like to call the jailhouse jitterbug.
Hey there! Next game coming up! Greetings. Next game on the way! Dirty Pictures!
Hey, cats. It's your friend Sketch here to lay something heavy on you. Just 'cause you got eyes doesn't mean you always see. You got to get the whole picture before you really know what's going down. Don't believe me? Well, I'm gonna show you some pages from my sketch pad, but not every page. See if you can tell what's happening before I show you the missing pages. You dig? Picture this. This crazy cat Luke robbed the First National Bank in broad daylight while his twin brother Sam tried to stop him. The cops arrested both dudes, and the bank teller fingered Luke for the job. That's when things got crazy. The judge said that even though Luke was guilty, the cat was free to leave with his brother. No strings attached. Can you figure out what really went down before I lay the missing pages of my sketch pad on you? 'Cause it all makes sense. So why would the judge set the guilty twin free? You might think the judge felt sorry for him, but it's not that. And it wasn't like the brothers switched clothes to confuse the cops. So you gotta ask yourself, when does a guilty man with an innocent twin brother get to walk free? When he's not just a twin, but a Siamese twin. To put Luke in jail means putting Sam in jail, and you just can't do that to an innocent man. So like I've been telling you, when you really use your eyes, you're gonna draw the right conclusions.
Washington Zoo. This week we're going to...
Eddie Bull, he's edible. He really is incredible. He's simply the best of the bunch. There's simply no disguising that he's so appetizing that we want him for our
lunch. Attention shoppers, blue light special on zookeepers. Owl 5. Okay, everybody, can you figure out who made a meal out of me? Here's your first clue. You wouldn't know it to look at it, but it's one of the fattest animals around. In fact, when well fed, almost half its body weight comes from fat. They've got pads on their knobby knees because they kneel a lot, like when they sleep. It has hair inside its ears and long eyelashes to keep out sand. Oh, really fat, knobby knees, hairy ears. Could be my sister Arlene. She'll kill me for that. Okay, now here's the last clue. This animal can go 10 days without water, but when it does drink, it takes either one hump or two. That's because it's a camel. A camel, which means it stores fat, not water, in its hump, has pads on its knees, protects itself from sandstorms, and has one or two humps on its back. Woohoo! Uh-oh, camels like to spit up food when they get angry. Looks like I'm out of here. I gotta go.
he's edible. He really is incredible, and we want him for our lunch.
Right, left. Okay, right there. Hold it.
You fool! This is your one and only Professor Rocket, ready to once again provide you with the greatest game ever to walk the earth. Psycho Man! Whoa! Man, I gotta get that fixed. Okay, game time. Here's how it works. I'll show you an equation, but instead of numbers, I'll show you some pictures. All you gotta do is figure out what the numbers and pictures stand for. Then, just solve the problem. Got it? Good. Then I expect it's time to do some psycho math. I think the age you need to be to vote. Yeah, I'm thinking of running. Then add it to the number of years in a decade. I've always been a 20s type of guy myself. Then divide it by the number of pints in a quart. Got milk? Or a milkshake. Got the answer? Let me take you through it. Takes the voting age of 18. Add it to 10 years in a decade. Then divide it by the 2 pints in a quart. And the answer is 14. 14. Now, that's what I call doing the math. The psycho math, that is. Next up, take the number of years in a century. Put on some clothes, Miss Methuselah. Plus the number Roman numeral V stands for. You think the Romans didn't know that V is a letter? Now, just subtract the number of frames in a game of bowling. Got the answer? Need some more time? Forget it! We got 100 years in a century. Plus the 5 the Roman numeral V stands for. And then subtract the 10 frames in a game of bowling. And what you get is 95. 95. A great year for math. That number's so good, it scares me. You ready to do a lot more? Well, too bad, because this is the last one. Take the noon hour. I'm getting hungry. Now subtract the number of sides in an isosceles triangle. Next, subtract the number of zeros in a million. Got the answer? Let's go, let's go, let's go. I got a lunch date. Noon is 12 o'clock. Minus the 3 sides of an isosceles triangle, or any other triangle for that matter. Minus the 6, count them, 6 zeros in a million, equals 3, a cinch. Good job. That's all the time we have for today. But don't be surprised if someday, some way, when you're least expected, someone walks up to you and says, "Smile, it's time for Psycho Man." Haha, Professor Rocket's out.
Hey there! Next game coming up! Greetings.
Game cartridge loading. Check.
Next game up, Riddle Snake.
In the dark and mysterious recesses of parts unknown, there resides the strange and riddle-wise creature known only as the Riddle Snake. His music is enchanting, and his riddles are perplexing. So look close and think even closer, closer, closer. The riddle is, what can can you see in water that never gets wet? What can you see in water that never gets wet? What can you see in water that never gets wet? And the answer is your reflection. And so, my friends, I leave you with this. What do you call a purchase that saves you money? Goodbye.
Next game coming up. Greetings. Game quality under control. Stand by for lens McCracken.
Like the sign says, I'm Snell McCracken. I mean, Lens McCracken. Photo Snoop. Okay, so maybe I don't see too good. That's why some people say my photographs stink. I prefer the term artsy. Either way, I need you to help me identify the pictures I've taken of a crime scene. After that, you can be sure I'll crack the case. Or my name isn't Snell McCracken. I like to call today's mystery the case of the missing chihuahua that, went missing. Let's take a look at each of these 3 photos. Our first clue, and already this case is going to the dogs. Too bad, too, because my mind's working like a house on fire. Maybe this next clue will get us rolling. Okay, maybe not. But the wheels in my head are beginning to turn. Or maybe that was just my stomach talking. All this work's making me hungry, and the last clue isn't helping matters. I've got it! If I look at all the pictures together, then I've still got absolutely no idea what's going on. That's the kind of deductive reasoning I'm famous for. Well, that and my reliable darkroom computer, the Solutionator. Eureka! Why, of course. It's a fire hydrant. It really whets my appetite for this case. What's next? I think I'm being taken for a ride. That's because it's a skateboard. Okay, lay the next one on me. The final clue might prove a little too seedy, but I'll bite. Just as I suspected, a sesame bun. Well, the solution practically speaks for itself. It was a summer day and things were hot. Africa hot. Somebody was using a fire hydrant as a sprinkler to keep cool. Like Africa, only cool. But the water made a lake at the bottom of 18th Street. This skateboarder comes along at top speed and hydroplanes across the water before colliding with Mrs. Schwarzkopf and the hamburger vendor on 12th. Buns went flying, drawing the attention of a passing flock of Canadian geese. The geese made off with the buns, accidentally swooping up Mrs. Schwarzkopf's prize-winning Chihuahua Ernie in the process, never to be seen again. Another mystery solved. That's because I'm Lens McCracken. Photo Poons. Snoop.
Greetings, time for Crashbox Rewind, where we flash back through the show and remind you how smart you really are.
Takes the voting age of 18. Added to 10 years in a decade, then divided by the 2 pints and a quart. And the answer is, fuck tea. Fuck tea.
You wouldn't know it to look at it, but it's one of the fattest animals around. In fact, when well fed, almost half its body weight comes from fat. It's a camel!
When does a guilty man with an innocent twin brother get to walk free? When he's not just a twin, but a Siamese twin.
OTTFFSS. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. It's an E. Do you see it now, you cross-eyed jackals?
Well, that's it for